ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about parking property management got canceled. So recently I got an email from one of my subscribers. Thank you so much for emailing me about this and making this video possible. And like I said, I don't normally like to make videos on hyperlocal issues, but the one time that I did, it was vitally important to this person and it ended up making some real changes in my community. So with that said, I want to go over everything that's being said in this email exchange, what parking property management was telling people versus how it actually was, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. Hi, I just saw your video about this company on which I also got this ticket. Did this happen to you in Pompano Beach, Florida? I also heard that you don't have to pay it since it is not a real citation. Thank you. So like I said in my other video, this company that he's referring to is actually creating fake parking tickets and trying to charge people absurd amounts of money to park in a parking lot, and they're fabricating citations. Some of which are not even the fault of the people who are parking there, they're just trying to go in and out of certain places and they keep getting these so-called citations. If you need to know more about that before moving on, I'll leave the video I'm referring to in the description. Feel free to check that out. Yes, it was. Thanks for letting me know. No, thank you. I just went there to pick up some food and I had a City of Pompano Beach decal, which should let you park in any public space. Their signs definitely blended in with other public areas. I didn't know that they weren't supposed to charge when you ate there. I ate exactly at the taco joint. Now I could dispute these people. That's actually one of the two places that I pick up from relatively frequently. And in that shopping center, they have a couple of cameras set up and a few signs that make it seem like they're part of the city's public parking enforcement, when in reality, it's really not. Same thing happened to me, and no, you don't have to pay. First of all, they say you just have to register your car with the restaurant, and if you were to ask them to register, they would tell you not to worry about it. Second, they hate the company for the most part too, because they normally harass customers. I pick up from a few places on that strip, and they never have a problem. They have harassed me 3 times, sometimes even saying I was there for days. When I went there twice, days apart, and they tried to scam me out of $100 or whatever the price was. I disputed 3 times, threatened to sue them, and each time they said it was a one-time courtesy. Like we don't know they are scamming S-bags. Just dispute it and ignore them. They are scam artists and have already been through multiple class actions for their malicious behavior. Yes, one of the things that they do, they will take a day that you entered there, and then a few days later, they'll take a day that you left and then say you were there for 3 days. And it's like you have to provide evidence to them, who they shouldn't even be sending you these citations anyway, because they're a privately owned company and they're not working with the city of Pompano Beach. And then they would try to charge me for parking in an area that I normally park in for UberEats pickups. Like, what the heck is that? Hey, Driven, I just wanted to give you an update. I have communicated with Commissioner McGee, who connected me to the new managing company, which is now Pave. So it seems that they fired professional parking management. I believe the new company is fighting to dismiss those invoices. I think my biggest fear was them affecting my credit score, but I came to the realization they don't have my social. The commissioner responded quickly, so I do believe you were right on not liking the company. So they ended up replacing professional parking management with Pave, and Pave Mobility is a different parking company entirely, and they are helping to dismiss the invoices that were wrongfully sent to a linity of customers. And thank you to Commissioner McGee for being in communication on this subject and even assisting in making this possible. So we were still waiting for his citation, or whatever you want to call it, to be finalized as dismissed, so that way we could give you some final results, and this is what we came up with. I just got a notification on the result regarding my invoice. I was wondering if you could do me a favor and keep me anonymous just in case. People are crazy these days. I just want to keep everything simple. Yeah, that's why I didn't actually mention his name in the beginning. So if you are wanting to send me an email about something and you're concerned about remaining anonymous, then by all means, I can absolutely keep you anonymous. I just want to say that the city of Pompano Beach and even the parking vendor was incredibly professional and quick regarding this case. I was expecting this to probably be solved or even acknowledged in a month or some ridiculous timeline. They resolved this faster than expected, and I was very pleased with the results. So this was a quick fix too in comparison to your normal citation dealing with the courtrooms, etc., etc. Last we had communication, I remember calling professional parking management, and it was kind of odd because I was trying to prove that I was confused with the parking signage in addition to the way it was placed. To add to this confusion, there's a huge sign on Atlantic and Hibiscus Road right after the bridge that shows directions to public parking. The customer service rep was not budging, and she blatantly said it doesn't matter. Even if you showed PPM, a photo, or receipts, I can only bring your invoice down from 100 to 55, which would anger anyone. First of all, I'm impressed that you even got a phone number. I couldn't even find a phone number for that. And it sounds like this person was just trying to scam you anyway. This company was even a good enough company to work with under any circumstances. And like I said, when I disputed them, I literally said I will sue the crap out of you if I have to. And each time they said it was a one-time courtesy. Meanwhile, I am literally an UberEats driver, having all the documentation proving that I was not there for as long as you claim I was. You're fabricating citations and you're scamming good people. So therefore, they know that they would lose in a lawsuit anyway. Right after that call, I emailed city officials and they brought in the new vendor, Pave, into that email chain. The company itself was very professional on the subject. Sometimes I think having government officials helped. However, he was able to cancel my invoices after showing proof of the confusion of signage and bank receipts that I went to the taco joint, which was awesome. Love that. I would recommend anyone just to be careful and make sure to read any signage. I know a lot of folks tend to be oblivious about this because your priority at the moment is just feeding yourself. I do recommend reaching out to your city official to see if there are any options or any way they can help. These companies tend to hire these parking managing companies to control traffic, but sometimes they can get predatory. I also want to thank you for posting this video, which honestly helped a lot on this subject, which is exactly why I made the video about it to begin with. People need to know how not to be taken advantage of. And the fact that I needed to make a video on that to begin with says a lot more about the company itself than it'll ever say about me, no matter how loudmouthed and short-tempered I am. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. I think we beat the point of this parking management company being dog crap probably to absolute death. I mean, they literally got canceled over it multiple times. But I think as a content creator or somebody who is just living their life, one of the best things you could do is not just take what's ever handed to you. Oh, somebody hands you a citation, you don't just pay for it. You make sure that the citation is actually coming from a source for something you're actually guilty of, and you stand up for yourself. I think a lot of people would see that and just take it lying down. The fact of the matter is you gotta defend yourself at the end of the day. It's not your fault that you wanted to get tacos. It's their fault for trying to pull predatory actions towards you. And they knew what they were doing. That lady over the phone was absolute dog crap. And honestly, I am surprised that the people running that company aren't in prison right now for the amount of money they're stealing. And in terms of reaching out to your government officials, sometimes they don't really do much and sometimes they really help a lot. I'm glad that he was able to get his situation figured out, but not gonna lie, I really don't think he should have needed to do that. And if you're a content creator or really just any person, make sure you're making a video about things like this, because you never know if it's ever gonna reach somebody who absolutely needed to hear it. This video was on a hyper-local issue in my area and on a subject that I don't typically cover, but I covered it because I knew that somebody would end up in my situation and end up needing the information. To this person, I'm glad that it helped and it ended up leading you down a path that ended up getting your situation dismissed and that parking management company canceled. If you guys would also like to email me about an issue that's happening in your life or in your gig journey or whatever, my email is drivenwyld@gmail.com. Feel free to email me. And who knows, maybe your email will be featured in a video as well. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!